If you had a job where you come to work and people clap for you, it would change your entire mood.
We don't have any plans at the moment to do PC.
Or you can grow a conscience in the next 5 minutes and see where that takes you.
Don't this hit make my people wanna stop? Don't this hit make my people wanna stop? Don't this hit make my people wanna stop?
Watch the series finale of X-Men next Saturday morning. Check your local listing.
What the hell going on?
Oh, we heard tale of a party. Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style.
There can be only one magical Negro.
It won't take long when there's a song to help you set the pace.
This is pathetic.
Where we used to live.
Life could be worse.
This is the worst.
This is the worst.
This is the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal.
Pai, ele na vida chega aí. Ai, menina vida chega aí. Vai, quebra, tem mais, vai. Menina chega aí. Vai, olha danado. Eita! Vai.
And the Disney stock just keeps going down and down and down.
I'm bag of pixie dust. Contraband.
They're going to do the Mary Poppins thing. They're going to do it. They're going to do it.
Yeah. Magic mirror on the wall. The fairest one of all.
Oh, bitch, you killed Kenny.
Kenny.
You fat hoe.
I get it. I'm not persecuted. I'm just an ass.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Reina Creole, of course, bringing you that spice when it comes to sci-fi, pop culture analysis, and keeping it real when it comes to theme parks. And speaking of keeping it real, welcome to the Spice Lounge, where we toss around those hot takes and spicy conversation around what's new, what's shaking, what's popping, and what keeps coming back up like a bad penny here in the world of pop culture, and something that is, well, what would I call it? I don't know, the movie that some people wanted everyone to hate or everyone to love, or some people saying that it's the equivalent of The Last Jedi when it comes to splitting the fandom. And of course, that would be James Gunn's new Superman. Now, lots of folks out here in the interwebs have had their say, and I've been following some of the absolutely crazy bat blank nuts people. They either didn't smoke enough of what it was or too little, with saying James Gunn's Superman was woke and that there was weak men in it. But your girl just got out of the theater seeing it about 2 hours ago. So I am going to let you know this straight dope on what I think and what I saw in Gunn's Superman. And on top of that, of course, we have got various pop culture hot topics to talk about with friends who will drop in and other friends that you all have not met yet. So I see 50 of you guys starting to filter in here between YouTube and between X. So thank you so very much. Please make sure you heart the stream on X. Please make sure you give this a thumbs up over on YouTube. I most certainly appreciate it. Well, let me bring in one of my friends who comes and cruises on through, and you guys have seen him for a while. Of course, he is one of my super wrenches with the blue wrench to match, and that would be Tom F. How you doing, my dear?
Hello.
What's going on?
How are you?
I am doing well. We're getting thunderstorms through here, so
that passed me. You can have them.
Hopefully it's going to hold. But I will warn people: we have really loud thunderstorms in Florida. So if you hear loud thunder, and I'm not really flinching, that's because I'm Floridian. I'm used to it. Thunder doesn't bother me. It's lightning and the AC going out that that bothers me the most. So hopefully
the most.
Yes.
I don't care about the lights if I'm sleeping, but the AC? Oh, hell no.
That better not go off.
Oh, I have a way around that now, don't I?
You do?
Yeah, I can go sit in the car in the garage and run it because it doesn't put out any fumes.
I got the good old-fashioned gasoline one, but hey, that works too. Well, folks, we have actually got a guest joining us. He popped on the Welcome to Florida show on Sunday to talk to live crew, and we've got him back here for the Spice Lounge, of course, to eventually talk Superman, among other things. And that would be Jed Revan Wolf. How you doing, my dear?
Hey, Lorna. Yeah, I agree with
you with this, Jed.
Hey, you gonna hit me with that? Hey, everybody. Yeah, I agree with you guys, dude. You know, I've been in Florida a bunch, and I live in Arizona, so yeah, thunder and lightning, that doesn't bother me. It's the power going out and not having the AC. So I agree with you on that one. So
all right. Well,
hey, everybody.
Let's get to cracking. First of all, thank you so much, Juliet, with those 2 pounds of the it's now the king's money. I'm so used to saying the queen's money, but now I have to say the king's money. So I'm just getting used to that. So thank you. That is proper money right there, and I so do appreciate it. Oh, let's see. Let me hit you up. Thank you so much, my dear. She says, good morning, Lorena, panel, and chat. Well, good morning. Can
I shout out somebody in our chat?
Mm-hmm.
An old bandmate of mine from years gone by in New Jersey, Richard Sweller. Thank you for joining us, buddy. Hit the like. Subscribe to Lorena.
Thank you. We always love it when we get new folks dropping in over here. Oh, Juliet, I was looking at I forget what Britcom I was looking at, because I love Britcoms. Oh my gosh, absolutely fabulous. And I'm starting to watch the IT Club.
Oh,
I couldn't do absolutely fabulous. That drove me nuts.
Yeah,
I love AbFab.
That second season is good. Once get past that, it's a little bit.
I love AbFab and Patsy Stone. Anyway, I saw a video of Parliament, and one of the coolest trips of my life I got to take was to the UK. Actually 3 times. So I've been to London 3 times, and it always trips me out getting to walk by Parliament and Big Ben, and my favorite Starbucks in Westminster, right down the road from Buckingham Palace. So thank you, my dear, for that super chat. I sure do appreciate it. You guys, super chats help keep the lights on, the StreamYard bill paid, all that kind of stuff. So surely do appreciate it. Let me run through who's here real quick as you guys start to gather in. Here we've got Snortopoopas, another one of my amazing wrenches. Says hello, humans and other critters, and a fellow Floridian. I'm guessing the storms are probably going to hit you around with that's rolling through there, my dear. And of course, thank you, Tom, letting people know. Catch up on all the spice. Hit the and ring the subscribe bell.
It's my job.
Thank you. Thank you. And of course, there's Kay here. Kay Reverend Wolf. Good to see you, my dear. Good to see you. And Jed, of course, is on the panel. Says spice, spice, baby. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. She who controls the spice controls the universe. If you know, you know. That's all I'm saying. We have got Linda here in the chat as well. Sob's better half says hello, the Reina.
Hi, Linda.
Panel and everyone. We have got Strings and Pucks.
We also have a lurker who is not posting.
I do?
Another good friend of mine going back to when I was 17 years old. Everybody wave hi to Nicole Thomas hiding out in the chat, not saying nothing.
Hey, Nicole.
Hello. Hello, Nicole. And welcome. Welcome. Glad you're here. I love y'all that lurk too. Yeah. I do. It's okay. You don't have to run your mouth in a chat like I did back in the day. Well, I still do. Harass the Dark Council. I just produced their show, so I get to officially harass them now. But that was me in the chat. But you have people who just like to hang out, just watch, enjoy, soak it up, and that's cool. That's cool too.
I sometimes I just can't. Those like Pro or Snow or somebody or you will say something. I'm like, I gotta type. It's like I gotta type. Like I gotta get this out. Come on,
Captain Mickey Mouse, and I love that avatar. It's bigger now. I can see it on my phone. It's like that tiny.
That's awesome.
I'm just hopping in to say hello. I'm not going to watch this because it has spoilers to Superman, the new movie, and I haven't seen it yet, but the intro is amazing. Well, thank you. I'm glad you like the intro. Something a little different to like shake things up. So I'm glad you like it. And you got to let us know from the future. Comment, let us know what you thought about the film. We've got my girl Chef Nation who says, good evening, beautiful people. Well, good evening to you. She is one of my wrenches over on my gaming channel, my new gaming channel. Please do check it out. Gaming with the Queen. Sure to appreciate that. Going to be playing Stellar Blade tomorrow night, so you do not want to miss it. You don't want to miss seeing how many times I die, whether it's getting murked by some mutant thing or me falling off the bridge into the water many times. So you don't want
If I could be an NPC and push you, I probably would do it.
Yeah, he would. He would.
You're the one I gotta look out for, like what's behind you.
Be like, hey, look, shiny, look, a dress.
Look out right there.
Crazy when I'm, playing combat games and everything and like first person shooters. And after I'm done shooting, I'm like looking behind me. They're like, what are you doing? I'm like, there's always that one looking to cap you. Gotta make sure. Gotta do 360. Gotta make sure. Swift -1 is here. Good to see you. Always good to see you, my dear. Says hello. Linda says it's going to be 28 years with Tom. I would have spiked his coffee long ago.
Dude, Linda sounds like Kay.
Cheers, honey.
Yeah. Thank
Linda
goodness she's not there and I don't have mine spiked right now. So
Linda is awesome. I'm hoping to be able to get to hang out with her and Tom in person real soon. Thunder bothering my dog bothers me. Hey, Barryon. Yeah, Professor X does not like thunder. So he hides in several places, either under Camera Girl's bed, under my bed, or under the couch. So he kind of has his places to hide. It's hard, but if you live in Florida, some dogs get used to it, some don't.
Yeah.
It's just a thing,
Toby, he sleeps through these huge thunderstorms we get. And all the other dogs in the house are whimpering. He's like laid out on his back, all fours, just snoring. So you can hear him. I called his name. He's wanting
Really?
me back.
I've
Yeah.
slept through a lot of those thunderstorms.
Yeah,
Like I said,
yeah.
as long as the AC doesn't go off.
Yeah, you're
I'm
fine.
good. I'm totally good. Totally good. Hey, Richard Sweller says I have the same in Philadelphia. Oh, the storms. Yeah. Yeah. Here the storms are so powerful they will rattle the the windows. It is crazy
Yeah.
loud. Thank you so much, my dear. Chef Nation has been a member for 32 months. I need to make like a OG channel member group because you guys have been around since I've been on YouTube.
Yeah.
So it's Justice Gang, aka James Gunn. That is all. All I'm going to say is I looked up, and for some reason, I thought I was going to see, the Justice League cartoon. Yeah, that's what I thought I was gonna see. Gave me flashbacks. Let's see who else we got in here. We have got, of course, Kiss My Grits. Hello, my dear. I'm blessed to live in celebration because we run off a part of Disney's underground power grid. So even in a hurricane, we maintain power. That is great. Where I am, the power lines are buried too.
Yeah.
So the last few hurricanes that we've been through, we haven't lost power. We've lost cellular. The internet, they kind of like
The internet
5G.
goes out.
They did throttle that because our lines are buried. They throttle that for first responders and all of that. But yeah, that's nice. When I lived in Philly, electrical lines were above ground, and it was just an absolute.
Yeah, the last monsoon we had out here, all our stuff in this area, it's underground. So except for some of the cable and power stayed on, cable went off, and it was off for like a week. And I was just like, everybody's like, "Where's Jet at?" I'm like, "Dude, my cable. It got hit hard in that monsoon." So yeah, we had power though.
Good seeing you, Sonia. Always good to see you, my dear. We have a stellar time playing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. First I have to get my outfit right. Then I can go slashing people. that's my routine. Don't mess it up. Nicole Thomas says, I'm on. Hi, everyone. Well, hello to you. Hello also to Keely Chow, who says, hey, everybody. Well, hey, and roll tide to you. We've got Saitama, who says, evening all, and Linda is wild. Yeah, Linda is awesome. She's so much fun. Alan C, 1701, have not seen you in a while, my dear. Hope you're doing well. Says, yo, the Reina Creole. Hello. Good seeing you. And I think that is everyone that we've got so far. So welcome. We've got a hot, spicy show, as always, for you tonight. And let's start off with some laughs, because you know how much I love to make people laugh. I have my own weird nerdy circle. And why is StreamYard messing with me again?
Because it likes to do that.
I hate StreamYard. Tom, can you hold the fort down for like about 2 minutes? It looks like I always have to wind up rebooting to
All right, it's not my fault if I kick Jet. Okay.
Okay, understood. Understood.
Come on, Jet. Let's go.
Understood.
Here, Jed.
Cheers, brother.
So everybody, as Reina is rebooting, I'll try to keep everybody entertained and not blabber on too much. So, Jed, you are in where again? Arizona?
Yeah, I'm in Arizona.
So you're sending the rain our way, or are we sending it your way?
You guys are probably sending it my way because
I don't want it back.
Yeah.
So you
I'm knock on wood. Monsoons have not been that bad this year, but now that I said that, it's probably just got. Last year was bad. Monsoons were so bad last year. it knocked our internet out for a whole week. Oh,
If I remember correctly, my friend Nicole used to live out in Arizona.
Mhm.
She moved now. She's on the East Coast again.
Yeah.
And she sent me a picture years ago of this dust storm. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
was like, oh, hell no. That looked like something out of like
The Mummy?
Yeah. I'm like, what the hell
Yeah,
is
they
that?
come in. They're called haboob. Like, there's the two terms for them out here. They call them, you know, the haboobs, and then the other one I just said earlier. And they will come across the whole valley, and it'll look like sudden monsoons. Yeah, and they will look like something out of the Mummy. And people that come down here visiting freak out. And this is like a normal yearly thing. Some years it's mild, some years it's huge. And it
I'll take my chance with hurricanes. Thank you very much.
It stretched from Casa Grande all the way into Phoenix, and that's a huge, like Chef would tell you, this is a huge amount of space that it stretched that wide. Like, it was like that huge. So this year been mild, but it's been humid a lot. So we've been having 115, 120 degree temperatures with 90 to 100% humidity. So
I'll take Florida heat. Thank you.
yeah. Like I said, people think, oh, it's not. Yes, it is. It's humid out here. Don't let somebody BS you then saying there's no humidity out in Arizona. It's dry to a certain point. So
So, Jed,
go
I
ahead.
have a question.
Yeah.
Do you have lights?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just sometimes the green screen don't work, so I just go the other route.
Ah.
I learned it from Tom, and a few others are like.
You didn't learn it from me.
Yeah, I know you didn't learn from me. So yeah,
I actually have brightness right now.
Dude. Yeah, I don't want to show it. That's the reason why I had the green screen.
You want to see something cool?
Mm-hmm. Sure. Lights. Oh, yeah. Richard's like, no, that's hot.
Okay, I'm back. StreamYard, I hate you. Why is it everything else can play together nicely except for you?
Well, you know what, Lorena? Joe's happens there. I think you know Joe. Joe's got so fed up, he's going to where I'm going to use on Streamlabs. He's going over there. He's cutting. He's another person. Like, I would say, out of all our friend group, Lorena, there a bunch of them have just quit StreamYards. Like, hands down.
Yeah.
I have too. So.
Unfortunately, once you get used to a certain how I would say certain setup.
Yeah.
Then it's kind of hard. So
I know.
I already punished StreamYards because I demoted, but oh no, hell, that's too dang hot. Yeah, that's the other thing. We're also in this season here in Florida where it's a big strain on the power.
Richard was talking about, because I said we've been having 115 to 120 degree temperatures with 90 to 100% humidity out here lately. So.
Yeah, where he's living, I call it the devil's anus.
Yeah, that's the reason why I keep saying
Taco Bell.
That's the reason why I said whenever I go out to Florida, people are like, "How come you're not sweating?" I'm like, "This is the same weather we get out in Arizona. I'm good."
Exactly. Yeah, we get used to it. Well, folks, as I was saying before, just a little bit of fun.
Killed Latimer first. Died screaming like a bitch. Gaetano went to work, shooting in all directions. Back on the Enterprise, Kirk was in a tight spot. His crew was lost. He didn't want to leave them, but he had to get to Fellatio 5. And for the first time in his life, not for Fellatio. Meanwhile, a Bigfoot hit Gaetano with a rock. Days are gone. He had nowhere to run and got Bigfooted. When Spock found him, he was shaken, stirred, and dead on the rocks. The Bigfoots attacked again. Scotty jump-started the ship. They blasted off. Sulu found him, and they got rescued. One molecule at a time. But everybody on Fellatio 5 was dead. Romulan herpes is deadly. Fellatio 5 was shut down, closed for business. Turk was sad because he was a Fellatio 5 rewards member and just 3 points away from winning a free night of infinite fellatio. Damn, I'd be sad too.
What do you do? Kurt was like, man, why you gotta go do that for?
I could have got that green woman again. Come on.
Come on, man.
The green chick.
Green chick again. Yeah.
She was okay. She's kind of hot. I gotta admit, she was kind of hot when you was with that.
This is gold. I gotta share with my mom. I'll put the link in the description box. This is Devin Clark Comedy over there on Instagram. And if you want to know what I'm like in a nutshell as a nerd, black nerd, urban nerd, stuff like this. Okay. Stuff like this. It is it's too funny. So I will have to drop it in the chat. Hey Amanda. Good to see you.
I agree with this, by the way. I agree with that. I totally agree with that. That right there, that line. Like, that was awesome.
I love it.
Josie, that was awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome.
A little bit of fun for everyone to laugh at. And if you didn't laugh at that, just say,
put my face
and I'm gonna say this. Well, first of all, I'm trying not to solve what he's got on the board behind him, the old engineer thing. I'm looking at it and different, blah, 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 whatever. But he's on the cover of Esquire, and it's pretty obvious that someone with some sense, fashion sense, actually dressed him, because when Pedro dresses himself, it's garbage. It makes homeless people look fashionable. Okay, when Pedro dresses himself.
You're right. Somebody had to dress him, and was a publicist, or somebody said, "Yo, you ain't dragging no rainbow rod crap on this thing. You need to look at least somewhat manly, because that's a tall order for you." Never mind.
Or that flop shirt that he wears with a skirt that he's been seen in. It's like, no, brah.
I get you, Barry.
Coming from a guy who's wearing a Megadeth shirt, I'm not saying much, but
He doesn't, but it's just like, when have you seen Pedro Pascal in a triple-breasted suit?
You don't. He's only doing this because he's so-called Reed Richards. So
he don't. And plus it's Esquire magazine. They're just like, look,
Jed,
we're only doing this because Disney cut the check.
Richardson.
He's what?
Richardson.
Richard, yes, that's right, because he's not the leader of the Fantastic Four.
Well, Sue is now
anymore,
she's Super Sue now.
Sue. That is Sue Man.
Yeah.
Man.
How is it? My grandma used to say, his nuts are in Sue's purse.
And
that's assuming he has them.
That's very true.
He's neutered.
That's very true.
The man's been neutered. Or his boyfriend has them. Either one. We can't figure it out.
Or I don't know. Maybe she's got it in a jar and preserved them. I don't know. But either way, again, this does not sell me on the fact that Pedro Pascal is Reed Richards. He just doesn't. But Disney is doing everything. When I say everything, they have got this full court press. Everything from Time magazine covers and everything to try to get people interested.
All our friends in this media have to do is really push the summer sizzle out, and it'll destroy anything Disney puts out positive.
It's time for the summer sizzle.
Don't you do that, because I swear I got to talk to your wife about that stuff, Jed. You need intervention.
You know I troll in pros chat. I just do that because he gets you, and then everybody follows when I do it in chat.
Well,
Sorry,
I will say this much. I'm not that excited about the Fantastic Four. I love the 60s aesthetic, but you're trying to do a 60s aesthetic without the 60s attitude. And that's
with a girl
the
boss.
problem with a
Yeah.
girl boss. And
That
not
just
like, and we're
doesn't
not
fly.
talking like a Gloria Steinem first wave feminism type of, type of girl boss. That's not, they're not doing that. Okay. It's like that fourth wave feminism where men all suck and you just need to stay in the back, shut up and get back in the kitchen and make me a sandwich. That's pretty much what they're trying to do with her. But along that point, I wanted to share this.
Lorena, I want to say this. I would be okay with Sue, because Sue was the leader in the 90s, at a certain part in the 90s. I'd be okay if Sue had that Fantastic Four cutout where she didn't had the sleeveless and it was legless and she was like boom, boom, booming out of the costume. I'd be okay with that because that's like, she looked good in that costume, okay?
But that's like from the from the 90s, which I can understand because time, times have changed by that time. But when you're talking like the 1960s, when you had women who were challenging gender roles. It's not like they were all out there burning bras and running around. No, that was not all of them, doing that. But that's what they wanted to do. Not going over too well.
And
so
some people said that in the 60s and 70s that Sue was a pushover. No, she was a trad wife. Basically, that's what she was. She was a trad wife. And
yes,
for people that don't know what a trad wife is, it's a traditional wife. Like my wife, like Tom's wife, and like some of our other wives.
You might not want to get your butt kicked if you say that to my wife.
No, no. Here's the thing. Wives that take care of their man and like help out their other partner, their husband and stuff,
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's not,
that's what it is. And another thing that Hollywood, of course, they've been crapping on for quite some time is the traditional family. Now, from what I remember, okay, because I was a Girl Scout. That was a thing back before, they got invaded by the blue hair mafia. Okay. It was about independence, learning to do certain things for yourself. And that particular wave of feminism, because I have to correct some people about how that whole thing like got started and progressed. There was a point in time where feminism was the desire to have people respect the decision that women would make for their own lives. If they wanted to be a career woman, that should be respected. If they wanted to stay at home with their children and raise their children, that was also to be respected. But you don't hear people talking about that. So the 60s was a time where to make it socially acceptable for women to make their own choices for their own lives, as opposed to, you just either you're going to get married or you just wind up being a teacher and a spinster for the rest of, the rest of your life. People seem to forget that portion. That's why you always, especially in media, especially in Hollywood, they'll like trump up, oh, well, I'm single and childless and I'm living my most fabulous life. But yet the woman who decides, hey, I want to raise my 4 or 5 children, they're looked down on like there's some kind of pariah. But that's what they're doing with the Fantastic Four. Is supposed to be, yes, a absolute family, but they're the first family in Marvel.
Yep.
But I don't trust these people to
I don't either.
Get that to totally get that right. Yeah. But to get back to what Julia Garner here, which I do not fault her for saying. I know some people like, ooh, the Rainy extra said that. Yes, I did say that. Coming from the New York Post, Julia Garner responds to backlash over Silver Surfer gender swap casting in Fantastic Four. Now, you have to know how the game is played, folks, and I try to show you on the show how the game is indeed played. The headline is to stoke your outrage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what it is. Okay, to stoke your outrage. So, Julia Garner knows silver looks good on her. The actress, 31, was recently asked how she handled the backlash to her gender-swapped role as the Silver Surfer in Fantastic Four First Steps. Oh, well, I said, I'm just going to still do my job, Garner told the BBC at Marvel Film's red carpet premiere in London on Thursday. And she's 100% right. And it's the perfect answer to give. Now, whether you like the Silver Surfer as a man or a woman is neither here nor there when it comes to the person actually doing the job. And what I seem to catch, what I seem to see with a lot of these people in the media, especially in Variety, especially Mark Malkin at Variety, throwing these unnecessary gotcha questions.
Yeah.
At
Is this the
at the
100%
celebrity
gayest
event.
film you've ever seen?
Oh yeah. Have you seen isn't this the gayest series ever? Like, oh my god. He got the gay voice with a little bit of Valley Girl in there, you know.
Too funny. And yes, Saitama, these people have been shaming. Yes, they have. They've been shaming them for decades. They absolutely have.
You know, Lorena, you know what my grandmother would say when they would shame her? She would say, "Bless your heart," and then I knew something was going to come up.
Yeah, we know what that is.
Yeah, we know what that is, Lorena. Oh, bless your heart. We know what's going to come after that.
Plus, you know what? I have to hand it. I have to hand it to my Southern ancestors descended from the Brits. Nobody can throw shade like the British. If you've ever seen any of the rags over in Britain, okay, they can insult you with very, very few words. Bless your heart is the American version of that in the South.
Yes, it is.
It totally is. Couldn't have said it better. Yeah, she said it very, very well. And yeah, I love that dude. They fall for his nonsense every time. They seem to want to run when they see Mark Malkin come in.
I want to put up if you saw James Gunn when he he looked for his handler and his other people when he came up to him and he goes, "I can't get out of this." So he said what he needed to say and then went. And I think that was the best way Gunn could have handled that.
Yeah, that's the best. Yeah. That's the best way because they're trying to get a sound bite.
Yeah.
And you know, when you know the game, you know how it's played and know how to go on from there. So again, I'm not really looking forward to Fantastic Four. I'm just gonna watch it to say I watched it and let people know just what it is that I saw. But I'm not too excited. I was more excited to go see Superman than
dude, I was super excited. Pun intended. I was happy to go see that, and
you were just happy to hang out with Culture.
Dude, I love when I hang out with Culture. He's my brother, so you know.
Bro.
But he's my bro. So, but I'm gonna watch it when it comes out on streaming. I'm gonna get it again when it comes out DVD. I'm gonna buy it too. So.
All right. Well, let's skip on through some of the other hot topics here. You know, I have to go get into some gaming news. And you know what? The more I get back into gaming, the more it irritates me just how butthurt a lot of game developers are. And this never used to be the case. And I'm just like, what did they put in the water? But anyway. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4 developer is trying to figure out who put the edgy Guitar Hero gag in the game they made, promises to remove it in the next update, even though players want it to stay. Now, I saw a commercial for the Tony Hawk Pro Skater game, and I thought it was hilarious.
I didn't know they put a Guitar Hero egg in it. I didn't know that.
I didn't know. I heard it was like a whole bunch of Easter eggs they put in it, which wouldn't surprise me at all. But yeah, like they have this year banjo champion. It says there instead of Guitar Hero.
Well, you know, I'm going to say this because I've been playing Tony Hawk since the first one. They've always had edgy humor in that game, always. So. I just don't understand some of these developers and stuff, you know.
They're like I don't know what it is. If they're from a different generation or they're just the punks that have always been out there, but they used to be, you know, overruled. Tony Hawk, I know who he is. Oh my gosh, he's like my age. still doing the darn thing. And even the commercial that they put out, it was basically, yeah, you need to get back to how you used to be
He's
when
like
you would
4 to 6
play the video games and and all and all that. I think Tony Hawk is a reason why there's that category that's in the Olympics. But this game came out. I saw the commercial for it. Absolutely hysterical. I loved it. But let's see here. Iron Galaxy. Somebody needs to look up and see if they have some dubious connections. The studio that made Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4 remake says it is investigating how an amusing, some might say edgy reference to Guitar Hero and developer Neversoft ended up in the game. It also committed to removing the image in question, even though players are asking for the studio to just leave it alone. So turns out the image was brought to light in Reddit, aka the Mos Eisley Cantina of the internet. It is literally a hive of scum and villainy, but you can get some of your best intel if you go through all the noise on Reddit. So apparently somebody was butthurt about this, put it on Reddit.
Oh no!
I don't see why this is a problem. I think this is freaking funny, actually.
It is. It's funny. And I'm going to say this, Reina. You know, back when we were younger, when we talked especially about 2 Live Crew and stuff the other day, going back to that, everybody got along. Like, it's like people tell jokes, but everybody got along. Like you said, when 2 Live Crew came on, everybody was thumping around the place. There was nobody going, well, you're white. You can't do this. You can't do this. No, everybody. White, Latino, like black, everybody, Chinese, every race and color bumping to the music and having a good time. Now we're back to this again with the video games too, you know? You can't have that because that's somewhat funny. And I'm like, no, dude. It's a joke. Learn humor.
Wait. I think I figured out why some people got butthurt about it, possibly.
What?
So apparently Neversoft, founded in '94 and acquired by Activision, which got bought by Blizzard, right?
Oh,
right.
Bingo, Microsoft.
Right. For those of you who do not know the Blizzard guys, remember this response?
Is this an out of season April Fool's joke?
Yeah.
Remember where that came from?
I remember
Diablo
that.
4?
We talked about that.
Don't. You guys don't all have phones? That one. So apparently they were the original developer. Okay. And Neversoft pushed out its last game, Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock, which did not do well. So yes, this whole joke is well warranted, and y'all need to get over it.
Yeah.
Like somebody first of all, I don't know what's more annoying. The fact that somebody just you can get butthurt all you want. But to kind of shame a gaming studio into changing something, or the fact that the gaming studio is going to do it anyway. It's like what happened with like in Stellar Blade. Apparently there was this one scene where on a wall it said hard R or something like that, and people took it completely some other way, which made absolutely no freaking sense. And Shift Up wound up removing that.
Yeah, they did.
Which I'm like, I don't even see why y'all did that. It's like, what's to be offended about? But because you have a small minority of people who make the most noise, they decide to go and do that. But anyway, just to bring that up, yet the latest wankery going on in gaming, I figured I'd give you guys
Hey, there's a puppy right there.
That. You guys don't have a
no puppy.
Hey everybody, this is Otis.
Hey Otis.
Hey
I haven't
Otis.
seen you
Otis
in a
is
while,
half
my
asleep.
dear. He's
Did he just wake up?
Yeah, he was scratching on me. So
he was so sweet. He's such a
the
sweet dog.
mine is
Making
asleep
death.
behind me.
Our baby Otis. Yes. He's so
Otis
sweet.
is awesome.
He's so sweet. All right. Well, we'll go from that to something even creepier. I don't know if you guys have seen this yet. I want to know who at Imagineering is wearing beer goggles, because
You know, I was shocked one day when the little boy asked, "Do you draw Mickey Mouse?"
that is nightmare fuel.
Oh yeah. I said this morning in pros chat. I said they probably like, okay, and I came up with this thought process. We all know everything goes through Iger, right? Because he was the one that did, President Trump's thing, and he had to approve all this like this. His granddaughter even went in there to go say something.
I remember.
Yeah, you remember? Went in there, begged Iger, please do not do this to my grandfather. Still did this. That's not Disney. In Pro and Jonas even showed how we all know this. People like me and you, Lorena, Tom, everybody that grew up watching Saturday and Sunday nights sometimes. It wasn't every week, but sometimes it was every week. That does not look like him. That looks more like Tom Hanks when he was in that movie, which I don't like.
I'm sorry. When he got off that chair, he looked like he was trying not to crap his pants.
Yeah. And I agree with that. Really, I do. And then there was one other thing. It doesn't have his mannerisms, and everybody was saying, well, where's Walt's cigarette that he usually had in his hand?
Yeah. He had that cigarette finger.
He's like,
Again, it's almost like, and I'm trying to see if I can bring this up.
It's
literally
ridiculous.
It just hit me while I was thinking about it.
Yeah, go look at Park, because I think Park Place has it up there on the website.
But there's something.
I'm sorry. He's getting cues from your cat, and I don't like your cat talking to my dog because he's being very mischievous right now.
But she's hiding. Well, he's hiding. He's somewhere. I can't find it right now, but do you all remember? Oh, let me see. Maybe I did find it. Maybe I did find it.
It's his face.
Check this out. Do you remember how they had Howard Stark?
Yeah.
And I'm forgetting which movie it was in.
This is the second one.
It was Iron Man 2, right?
Yeah.
And he was in front of something that looked a lot like Epcot. Why did he look like a dead ringer for Walt Disney?
Yeah, that's because in that universe, he basically was Disney, but he was Disney that went even further than Disney did. He created all this power and everything else for the world. So Howard Stark was basically their Disney, but he went further than our Disney did. So
and the way that he looked, it's like y'all did that on purpose.
And the posters in the background too.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Then,
like they had, they had the thing like Epcot and all. It looked like, it was for Stark Industries, but you could still. It didn't take that much of a leap because it made me do a double take. I'm like, is that supposed to be Walt? The mannerisms, everything.
Yeah,
but
it's okay, and I'll agree with that. The Lincoln, so the way he is. Hey, Ron, what's up, dude?
Yeah, exactly. Kiss my
it frustrates me because that's not Walt. Like Reina, me and you grew up like every weekend seeing Walt on TV, right? Do we know what he looks like? And then Ron says Mike Lindell.
He looks like Mike Lindell. But you're absolutely right, Jed. It's like we know what Walt Disney looks like. The majority of people know what Walt Disney looks like, and they know that this is not Walt Disney. Now, what this tells me is that basically they built Walt Disney in a cave with a box of straw.
Yeah, and here's another thing that Tom brought up this morning too. What he's saying is just a bunch of nonsense too. He doesn't say, hey, he does say that one part where you draw Walt with Mickey Mouse, but besides that, it's just all gibberish.
One day when the little boy asked, Do you draw?
Yeah, it didn't. None of it makes sense. None of it makes any
Yeah,
sense.
he doesn't go, "Hey, I'm Walt Disney." What they should have done, and I will say this: what they should have done is they should have got the speech of when he started talking about Disneyland and stuff and the creation of that, or Disney World. Well, there's two of them out there, and they should have done that, but they don't want to do that.
No, because the reason that they don't want to do that, and this is also how would I put this? Yeah, I will. Imagineering is not the compound of imagination the way that it used to be, because there is no way that you would create something like this and pretty much somebody had to sign off on this. Several people had to sign off on this.
That somebody
say,
did.
This is Walt Disney. It's like, no, it's not. You can see it with your own eyes, and you know that that is not Walt Disney. But yet you want to go and put it out there. And this is yet another case of Imagineering half-assing it because they don't have the talent to execute this stuff. The talent that they used to have, they pretty much run off or run out of the company. You know, forced retirement, Tony Baxter, Joe Rody. This is, granted, stuff that I can't stand about Abigail Disney, but she definitely got this right. This is definitely not Walt Disney.
Yeah.
And the fact that they want to push it off like that, it's such an abomination. The Lincoln animatronic at Hall of Presidents moves better than this. Yes.
Yeah.
It's really smooth, crazy smooth. Matter of fact, we just saw that on my stream. I want to say like a week ago. You look like you were actually back in time watching Lincoln give the Gettysburg.
And when you went there to the Hall of Presidents, it was. Ron. Yeah, you didn't miss the Superman talk. We haven't started on that yet.
Yeah, we haven't. We're about to get to that.
Yeah.
But through the hot
and here's my thing about the face. You had to have somebody. I know how things run at Disney. Everybody has to. There's the chain of command, and then there's that last person at the top that has to sign off on this. Okay. Like I said, I agree with them. I think they went more for the Tom Hanks movie face than Walt's original face.
Yeah, what was it? Saving Mr. Banks? Is that the one that it was?
I just didn't like that movie.
I've never seen it, so
Yeah.
I can't say.
Yeah.
I can't say exactly how good it is or isn't, but the one thing I can definitely say is looking at this is like this is not
It's
Walt
not
Disney.
him.
It's not him. There's plenty of video archived on YouTube to show you what Walt Disney looks like.
And here's the funny
this is
thing:
not
there's plenty in the vault of Walt in there.
him.
Yeah,
Plenty.
so there's plenty of Walt in there in the vault.
Oh, kiss my grits, dang! Chris KMG got the intel.
Nice.
Tom Fitzgerald is the lead Imagineer behind this, and based on what I know from insiders, he is the Dolores Umbridge of WDI, Walt Disney Imagineering. Dang, he's a petulant, malignant narcissist who got many great Imagineers fired. Dang.
Yeah, and all the engineers went to Universal. Basically, they all went to Universal or other places.
You want to see some good animatronics. Tom, what did the Dracula animatronic look like in Monsters Unchained?
Dracula?
It looks good.
He looks good. I like the Frankenstein one.
Frankenstein is awesome.
The werewolf one looked good for the brief moment we got to see the damn thing.
Yeah.
Phantom of the Opera.
Twice? Well, I've seen it 3 times now.
With the way that it wasn't like his face was not static at all when you saw the Phantom of the Opera. He had one expression and then it kind of changed as he had you hanging over the flames and everything.
And I want to say this because I've seen a bunch of stuff from Tom's, Park Place, from all our friends in the community. I've seen so much stuff from Universal. They do like I said, the expressions and everything are there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I said, everybody's at Universal or gone to someplace else, like Dollywood or other places.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
Absolutely. Mr. Milkso says, in fairness, Uncle Walt looks just as bad as the presidents do.
yes.
But yeah, let's see how big. I mean, it's like let's see that. You know,
And
let's see what that what that looks like and what people know. But they want to go for this. But we'll keep you posted about what's going
you know, and I want to say
on.
this. I know they're on a turntable, so maybe they, and I hope if there's enough flack, they'll close it down and do the turntable around so they can actually fix him up. So it's just, you know.
This was Ron says this was originally Kamala animatronics.
Yes. Yes,
Imagine if those Imagineers worked on building a Toonami theme park. Oh, you mean Universal Creative, right? Yeah, Universal Creative would do that. But there is more anime coming.
Oh,
Universal Orlando, trust and believe it is coming.
There is some stuff I can't say because I don't know if it's official, but it's gonna blow your mind. If this, then Lorena, you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna blow people's. You thought that the Nintendo world and the Monsters Unleashed blew your mind, and Harry Potter. Wait for this next thing to come up.
All right,
if it's true.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we shall see. Let's see. Kiss My Grits. Let's see. He's been at Tom Fitzgerald has been at WDI for over 40 years, and I was told last night by a very credible source that Chapek's plan to move WDI to Lake Nona was primarily so they could get rid of Tom. And just like Kathleen Kennedy, Tom Fitzgerald knows where too many bodies are buried, so that's why they won't fire him. Yeah, I've seen that in corporate America so many times. Yeah, Ron, we were talking about like not depicting him actually smoking, but you know, he's got like that smoker's
he needs the
hand, so to
the
speak.
hand. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you can tell when people are former smokers when they do that, and that's that's what they.
And that's what helped animate him too, the smoker's hand thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you know the glint that Walt always had in his eye when he was talking to you or the camera or something.
Yeah.
It's just. Like you said, Walt had so many expressions and mannerisms, it's hard to, like, do him. That's the reason why they said, and Walt even said himself, please don't do this when I'm dead.
Yeah.
You know.
Just don't.
Please don't.
But, you know what? I wonder if Imagineering got hacked.
I saw this.
I'm just going to talk about this briefly. Complete transparency. I freaking hate Elmo. I had to hold my nose when Camera Girl was little because she loved Elmo, but I couldn't freaking stand Elmo. I would drop kick that Elmo that she had when she wasn't looking because I did not like this little booger at all. I liked the Rosita Muppet because she was getting on his freaking nerves. He would just lose it. I love Rosita. Yeah. She just pissed him off. But yeah, just to go over this really quick from the Rolling Stone, which we all know used to talk about music and just now basically
they are now
propaganda rag for the most part. They don't know what music is anymore. Hacked Elmo X account shares anti-Semitic post, calls Trump Netanyahu's puppet. Someone pretending to be the beloved Sesame Street character posted 6 tweets taking aim at Jewish people and the U.S. president. Now, I'm not going to show the tweets. You can go ahead and find it.
They're all over. Like you can find them easy. Like
you can find them, but the moral of the story is don't let your intern make your ex password. Because you get stuff like this. Okay. And granted, I can't stand Elmo's annoying ass, but this is too hard.
Yeah.
Elmo, yeah. Elmo, yeah, I can't
Elmo
freaking
say
stand him.
that.
If you only knew what Elmo's voice actor really, really, really sounded like. So
You don't want me to do what I do with my Elmo impersonation because I'll get you kicked off of YouTube so fast.
Oh yeah, I've heard it. Like I've heard it.
I think Linda, it's like having to watch this little red abomination on one of the shows that fundamentally shaped how I learned, that made me so smart that when I entered kindergarten, I was reading at like a 4th grade level.
Yes.
Okay. The fact that he just stunk up my show like that made me mad. So anytime like the Elmo plush, I didn't care. Threw it across the room, sat on it. I did not freaking like, I didn't like it was so bad. Okay. When I bought I forget which I bought a couple seasons of Sesame Street on DVD for me personally and for Camera Girl. And my question was, and somebody answered it on Amazon, yes, this is Elmo free. I said, thank you. That's all I needed to know.
Hey,
Oh.
you know,
What I got to do is get Mike an Alf and you an Elmo, give you the Alf doll on a Rock'em Sock'em robot thing and put Mike with the Elmo one and let you two have it and film it. And we got a live.
yeah. Dude,
yes,
yeah.
it's my grits. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. My nephew, he was scared of it, but Camera Girl wasn't. So she got it and pretty much treated it like crap, which I thought was funny. She would like sit on it.
My nephews got an
Hey, Nita.
Elmo, and then when they weren't around, one of my nephews didn't like it. One of them did. So whenever he was in a room, he's like, Uncle Jay, are you gonna kick Elmo across the room? I say, hut, and then I would boot him across the room. I just drop kick Elmo across the room.
Do you hate Elmo as much as people hate Barney? You know what? I didn't like Barney, even though I laughed at a video where somebody dressed up as Big Bird was punching the crap out of Barney in a boxing ring. I actually thought that was funny. Sorry, not sorry. I'm a Gen Xer. I laugh at stuff like this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will watch Barney on repeat than having to listen to Elmo's annoying ass. Oh my gosh, he just totally freaking got on my nerves. Oh, Nita.
La 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 Elmo song.
I'm kicking him.
Just want to drop kick. I just want to put a black sack over his head and abduct him. You know.
Do you want to throw that Muppet in the river? Do you really?
I did.
In a sack.
I did. I felt so bad. I'm like, God, I'm sorry, but I cannot freaking stand this Muppet.
Yeah. Remember, I do voices on the Cotton Connection, so
I couldn't. He was just such a darn special snowflake, and it pissed me off because there were other Sesame Street characters that deserved the spotlight way more.
Oh yeah, there was like way better
than he did. But anyway, moving on. I got to share this because this is the Spice Lounge, and you know, it's the little things that that make me laugh. Things kind of like this.
Mitches. It means a male bitch. Used in a sentence, there are a lot of Mitches at this Katy Perry concert.
Pedro?
Yeah.
Mitches.
Yes.
Yes.
And don't say that because let me move on to this. And the reason why I say that, first of all, I did not have a dog in this fight when it comes to Superman. I didn't at all. My whole thing about the new Superman movie was I needed something to wipe my brain of the stench that was Man of Steel. Okay, now, for those of you who love Man of Steel, go ahead and love Man of Steel. I think that film was an abomination, and the best thing to come out of that was Henry Cavill, even given the crap writing that he got for that particular film. Your girl is not a DC chick. I never have been. My dad was mostly into DC. The DC hero, except for Batman, seemed to be just this unattainable level. So your girl was deep into Marvel. So that was me. X-Men, God, the West Coast Avengers was born. But
West Coast Avengers are awesome.
I got 3 comics and I was like, no, I'm out. They're just not for me. But mainly what I read was X-Men, a couple of Hulk ones, Spider-Man ones definitely. But as a normie, I knew who Superman was. You know, truth, justice, the American way, the last Boy Scout. Pretty much who he was. I did not like what Zack Snyder did with him, especially with Pa Kent. That was a sacrilege and should never have been done. But hey, that was his vision. Okay, fine. I don't like it. I don't have to like it. So what I was looking for was a hopeful Superman back to the Donner Superman movies. I did not want to see a Superman that's just brooding and just, I don't know, just all over the place. I did not recognize him really as Superman at all. So with this film, granted, James Gunn was working with it, which gives me pause for several reasons. I'm like, at the very least, let's get a popcorn flick that I can sit back, enjoy. I don't get preached at, and I go into it knowing that James Gunn is going to James Gunn. And yes, he definitely did. So it's a bird, it's a plane, it's a box office hit. Superman leaps higher to 125 million opening Monday AM update. So of course, this was from yesterday from Anthony D'Alessandro. This is a type of movie. If I had to give it a rating out of 10, as a superhero film, I'd give it a 6 out of 10. As a Superman film, I will give it a 5 out of 10. And Ron, you hit on one of the things that really stood out to me. Now, did I enjoy watching the movie? Yes. Yes, I did. Was there any wokeness in the movie? No. So for folks who were saying there was wokeness in this movie, I don't know what you were smoking, or did you just see the movie, but you didn't watch the movie? And those are 2 different things. Okay. Watching the movie actually requires you to actually see what's on the screen instead of looking for everything that's going to outrage you on the screen. And I think that's what some people did. They wanted to go into this movie to be outraged and not to paint Snyder fans with a broad brush. I won't, because I have some friends who love Zack Snyder's vision. Abu Nas, I know you do. You like that. Fatal J like that. You know, I love them. I love them to death. So there's some of them that are just like, if it's James Gunn, it's gonna suck. Okay, well, if it's gonna suck, then go ahead and let it suck. But be an equal opportunity hater. You know, don't just hate it because it's James Gunn and that's it. You know, that's really not intellectually honest. But with this film, you can definitely tell James Gunn's strength is writing relationships in movies. Zack Snyder is not very good at that at all. But James Gunn's weakness is he doesn't know how to write a film about a single character and keep the focus on that single character. This movie should have been... Anybody remember that cartoon Challenge of the Super Friends?
Dude, that was an awesome cartoon. I liked it.
That's what this movie should have been. Because it wasn't laser focused on Superman and his origin. It's Superman and the friends we didn't know he made along the way. You know what I mean? Just
Mm-hmm.
Justice Gang. I did laugh at that though. I did laugh at that. But yeah, it's how do I put it? If you're going to write a film about a singular character, everything needs to revolve around that singular character. You can have a B plot. Every movie's got a B plot. But why tag in the Green Lantern, who was okay? He was all right. He was all right. Mr. Terrific, who was freaking awesome.
Yeah. They ripped him right out of the pages.
He was Mr. Terrific was so good. I mean, in a way, he did pretty much steal all the scenes that he was in with David Cornsweet. No disrespect to David Cornsweet, because actually I bought him as Superman. He was fine.
Yeah, I did too.
But yeah, Mr. Terrific was good. But at the same time, Hawk Girl, she was the first one I identified when they all came out. I'm like, is that Hawk Girl? Okay, haven't seen her in a while. But it's like, why bring all these people in here? This is supposed to be a Superman film. You need to make it as a Superman film, not the Justice League. And I'm saying that on purpose. Okay. Instead of the Justice League, Joss Whedon, the reason why that film was so messed up. That's what you should do. But neither here nor there. I still sat there. I still enjoyed it. That's something, that like irritated me. The other thing, and yeah, I'm saying spoilers.
So we're allowed to say spoilers? I was just about to say that.
We're gonna say spoilers because
yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I don't really care. Spoil away.
Okay, I was wondering because
I'll watch it on the high seas and I'm good.
Because when I see the film, if I see the film the preview day comes out, I do spoilers and non-spoilers. But since it's so late in the game, and I did that on purpose because it seemed, then again, you guys know who folks are here in the pop culture sphere.
Yeah.
It seemed like as soon as this movie dropped, even before it dropped, all these accusations about woke Superman.
Yeah.
And you haven't seen it first. Accusations that all the men in this film were weak. Now, if you think all the men in the Superman film were weak, I think the weak male is you.
I agree with that, Lorena.
There were no weak men in this film that I could see at all. Even Jimmy Olsen. Okay, I got
Jimmy. Let's talk about Jimmy there.
Jimmy Olsen has got to have possibly the strongest pimp hand I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
Okay. He had Eve Tessmacher blowing up his phone. Okay.
And his face is just like.
His face just like, we didn't know who she was, but it's just like, you could tell the chick was crazy. Like, you can see me, baby. I miss you. And find out that it's Eve Tessmacher.
Yeah, and I was just like, I was cracking up about it.
And all she wanted was Jimmy. So I thought that was hilarious.
And then when she sent all the pictures, he goes, "She's crazy. She sent me pictures of just her," until Jimmy went and started looking in the backgrounds
and saw and
wait, it's everything that Lex has planned, and she's like, "This woman is a genius." Like
everything. Absolutely. All of that was there. So you had, one alien who, he basically had to torture Superman in order that his son wouldn't be killed.
Well, Minimum 4 is not really an alien. He was because of an experiment, and it turned him into that.
Oh, okay.
The alien, and I'm going to say this, the alien was the one that was pushing that thing. He looked like John Jones, the Martian Manhunter. And a lot of people didn't catch that. And I whispered that to Culture in the theater. I was like, dude, that looks like John Jones right there. That looks like the Martian Manhunter. And Culture's like,
Because I know for me as a normie, I looked at him and was like, "Who is this alien looking
dude?" And that's the funny thing because
dude, but it didn't click that maybe there was a part that I was missing.
Yeah,
until you saw him later on the couch with this lady who I assume is his wife, partner, whatever. I'm like, okay, there's more to that story.
Reina,
But
you're not a normie.
I'm not. I think
No,
I
no, she
am
is.
when it comes to DC. I
Well,
think
yeah.
I am.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's I'm always upfront about if
Yeah.
it's something that I'm kind of like no, not a tourist, two different thing. When I'm not deep into the lore, because when it comes to DC, I just know, let's see, there's Wonder Woman, she's got an invisible plane, lasso of truth,
Yeah.
but around people, makes them, tell the truth. I watched the TV series, so I know all about that. Batman, I know who Batman is. I know who he is. Superman, I know who he is. So that's pretty much the three.
Well,
And
and to
as
be
deep
fair,
as
that's how
deep as
you
I
don't
get.
you didn't know who some of the but me being a DC geek, because basically how I learned to read when I was younger was through Superman and Fantastic Four comics. So I know all about Superman, Justice League International, all just JSA. And like, to be honest, when
Mhm.
they went into the Hall of Justice, if you looked around, they had JSA. They had Wildcat and everybody up in the mural. And I was geeking out, and culture's like, I was like, culture. Dude, they got JSA all over the place up on the pictures. And he's like, yeah. like,
I loved Ma and Pa Kent. Okay. I did. They were so Midwestern. I loved them too. I loved them to death.
I think
They were awesome.
I think I do love them, but I think they leaned a little bit too much into the Midwestern on this one. Just a bit, tiny bit.
Yeah, a little bit. I
A
get
little
it.
bit.
They kind of, I saw that.
Yeah.
It's like if those two characters or
Yeah.
those two actors together
But they did good.
weren't so endearing, it's kind of like, it's a bit much, but
Yeah, and then I love the
okay.
part where she goes, "I'm gonna go get your boots. I just finished them."
I know,
I'm
that
like,
was funny.
like,
I thought that was
yeah,
hilarious.
Ron, Hall of Justice is literally from the Super Friends. It's a little like
Eating.
Ron said. Yeah, so.
Mhm. Oh, this is another thing, because I'm glad you guys are putting stuff here in the chat, because this pains my memory. This is brooding, cavil, beaten and bloody, corn sweat. Yeah, one thing, and I know there's like Star Wars, you've got the crawl that happens, but that's because there's information that they have to bridge films with, so they have that crawl, but they made that crawl famous. Okay.
Yeah.
Why James Gunn got to go back to 300 years, 30 decades, 3 years ago, 3 weeks ago, 3 hours ago, to 3 minutes ago, to culminate in the fact that Superman got his ass kicked.
It was just setting things up, because here, I want to put this out here.
Okay.
Originally, when Superman came out, he was not strong. He, like you said, when in the old Fleischer cartoons, able to leap a single bound. He could only leap. He couldn't fly, and his power levels were not that great. He was like a superhuman, but not to the point where he's destroying, moving worlds and doing all this god tier stuff. That didn't come till later. Gunn basically reset him back to how he was in like the Golden Age. And then you saw some Silver Age stuff, like I said, and it's like I said, they reset him back to Golden Age powers. And you saw Silver Age stuff, which I saw in the Hall of Justice. You saw 80s stuff and 90s stuff. The Metropolis is strictly Ron Troop. That was 90s, like late 80s, 90s Ron Troop. I was going through all the stuff, and I was like, dude, this, like, without noticing it. And I was like, this is kind of a love letter to like the Golden Age, the Silver Age, and the 80s and 90s. And I was like, but I said, but there were things I didn't like. But I was like, he literally did. Like when he did Guardians of the Galaxy, nobody knew who they were except for me, because I was like, oh my God, we're going to get Guardians of the Galaxy for real? Because I knew Rocket, I knew all these characters, and I was pumped. He did it. He did respect things. Yes, he changed some things, but he did it because of the, given, RIP to our brother Plobby, the man of steel, like you used to say. he wanted to make it more lighthearted and more comic booky instead of everything's dark and everything's grim. And I'm not ripping on it, but it was like that. You know, he wanted to make it more lighthearted, more fun. You see John and everybody else, and you see like the Green Lantern, all this comic book stuff that we didn't get to see in like other stuff. Yeah, and you can't outdo Christopher Reeve, but when Christopher Reeve did his movie, and I love that movie, but they set him up to be the god, like he's the god. In this movie, they set him back to Golden Age, like powers and standards.
And that's something that I'm actually going to push back on a little bit, because it's like, and I get all that.
I love Christopher Reeve stuff. It's
like,
one of my
it's
favorite
like,
movies.
Yeah, and I get all that. But when you start out that way,
yeah,
and when you're trying to mass market a film,
oh yeah,
especially for, and yeah, I keep using this term, but it's true, normies who have not read the comics, and yet this is how you start things. I'm not saying it's right or wrong.
Oh yeah,
but I'm just saying you do that. And then we spend, I don't know how much time with the darn dog. Granted,
yeah,
I'm good with Kish, but that was over the freaking top. And it wasn't like, John Wick, you killed my dog, I'm coming for your ass. Okay. It wasn't that. We got this dog that we didn't know, do we care about, and took way too long to figure out what the heck it is that he was going to do with him.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like, if you're going to do that and start it out like that, it really needs to truly happen with a bang. And so that kind of took it felt a little lazy to me.
Yeah.
When he did that, because here's my thing. You need to show and not tell. And that's something that I would have liked to have shown to me, not told to me. Even if you're filming it and you're saying, you've got the timestamps up there and they're going.
Yeah.
When you're in a visual medium like that, you need to do a lot more showing than telling. And I really think that if Gunn was focused on just Superman and not the Super Friends, he could have done a lot better with that. But that's just like the first thing that came up to me when I saw that. It's like, it's definitely his prerogative if he wants to do that or not. But that's just one of the things that I noticed. And another thing that I noticed, and it's just me because I look at this stuff, when you have Lex Luthor just rolling up into the Fortress of Solitude. Now, granted, eventually they explained that.
Yeah, they do.
And it was the lamest freaking explanation I've ever heard. Guess what? We found where you were however long ago and got a strand of your hair. I'm like, wait a minute. You mean Luthor Corps didn't do something to emulate his DNA or whatever, whether it was tech or what? He just rolled up in there. And it's just like, no, that just really didn't.
I said the culture. I said the culture. I was like, wait a second. The only way he could get in is if he had his DNA. And I said, where's the big key? Because that kept everybody out of the Fortress of Solitude in the comics and other things. Yeah, and I was like, that's the only way. So I said the culture, the only way he could get in is if he had Clark's DNA. So, and I was like,
I was just like, okay.
Because it was attuned to Crypto and Clark's DNA. So that's how they got, when Crypto barked, he was attuned to him, let him in. But I thought the minute I saw Ultraman, because Ultraman is actually old school from like when the Justice Society and JSA had like meetings together and stuff. They're from an alternate world where the Justice Society turned bad and they're called
okay, because I didn't even know who
Ultraman.
I knew who Peacemaker was. I knew Peacemaker was. No
so
idea.
They're from an alternate world where the Justice League turned into the Justice Crime League and all this other stuff, and they ruled the world.
Yeah, Ron, exactly. You know what? If you want to zero in on exactly why my rating for this is so low, it's this. It seemed like James Gunn was trying to recreate the Super Friends,
Yeah.
and it just didn't sit well with me, because it's like you're taking away from Superman, who is what the film should be completely about. I didn't care about Green Lantern's bowl cut. I didn't care that he wanted to name it the Justice Gang, and Mr. Terrific. It's just like, you gotta be freaking kidding me. It's just it could have. I didn't like that part. But
Yeah.
like I said, James Gunn, he can write relationships. I do
Oh,
like the
yeah.
fact that you showed a very realistic heterosexual relationship in the early stages of a relationship, where you love everything about that person, and right around 90 days, somebody does something where it's like, okay, it's time to stop being nice and now let's get real. And that's what was shown on screen. So I did appreciate that he actually did that, because Gunn, he did not sorry, not Gunn. Zack Snyder didn't really write the romantic relationship between Lois and between
Yeah.
Clark that we know, or even hints of what we know.
And then and that's what I love, because, like I said, I'm a huge fan of the mid 80s, the late 80s to 90s Superman. And that whole stuff that we saw in there, he ripped that right out of the comics. When Lois and Clark, when they did the reboot and all the other stuff, that's what you saw in the comics, where he's like, I don't know, and they would get in fights. Like, literally.
Yeah.
And then he goes, well, Clark, just go off and be like, and I'm like, wow, they ripped this from the comic. And I'm like, oh, wow. And then, when they did that another redo, you saw how Lois and Clark got together and went through the honeymoon period, and then she was lonely when he would go off and all this other stuff. And I was like, ripped from the comics. And I understand what Gunn was trying to do, but I see some other people go, well, I don't understand. And I was like, yeah, because he did it. It was a love letter to the fans to a point, but the other people don't understand that because they didn't read the comics.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why when you do a comic book film, and you're doing a comic book film about focus on one particular suit, you need to be careful that everything is for advancing the plot and learning more about just that particular soup. And I think somebody called Gunn one trick pony. I think it was Abu Nas. I'm sorry, honey, if I got the wrong name and attributed this to you. But I could see that Gunn is used to making ensemble films.
Yeah.
And ensemble films are great. But when you have to focus on one person, go from an ensemble film to like one person and like say 2 or 3 satellites around them, usually for Superman movies, it's Superman, Lois Lane, Jimmy Olsen, Perry White, and whatever the baddie is. Oh, and speaking of the baddie, I will say Gunn did get this right. Nicholas Hoult is the best Lex Luthor I have seen, exclusive of Gene Hackman. Okay. Lex Luthor, he was not Carrot Top Lex Luthor that James.
No, he was evil Lex Snyder Luthor.
He was evil incarnate, and I freaking loved it. So he got that right. I will give him props for that. He wrote an unrepentant villain, which that's the key. This is the key thing. Keyword being unrepentant. He still wanted to kill Superman. He didn't care.
Yeah, and that's the Lex that's from the comics. And I will say the two Lex Luthors that I actually do like, one from Superman the movie, and then Smallville. Lex from Smallville was really good too, because he started out as friends and stuff. And
Michael Rosenbaum, I love him. I saw him at a convention not too long ago. He's one of my convention buddies that I go and I see.
Dude, I love him. He's awesome.
I'm like, Michael never changed.
Yeah, dude, he was an awesome Lex. And I hope to get to meet him someday and like take a picture and stuff with him. Like, but I understand what you're doing. Like, I said this culture. I said, I hope Lex is Like
Mhm.
Lex is Lex. He's evil. I want the movie to be good and all this other stuff. I hope and after that I was like, I saw what Gunn was trying to do. I saw what, because me being like, since I'm Gen X, so I was born in the 70s, and I've seen all this stuff, birth of the video games and comics and all really good comics too, and all this other stuff. So I understood people, and that's the one handicap that Gunn had, because a lot of people didn't know what was going on because they didn't get filled into the comics and all this other stuff. But I was, like I said, I was telling Culture, I was like whispering in his ear and like telling him, he's like, yeah, I know, right there. And we were actually giggling at certain points, especially that speech at the end that he gives. I was like, that's Clark and Superman, but that's basically Clark and Superman, because like Superman is just the person he uses to get out and help in the world. Clark is him. Clark is himself. But I love that speech, and I was like, yes, people were clapping in the theater and going, preach. A couple people said preach it in the audience, and I was like, people were clapping and everything. I wanted to see that.
Yeah, that was really good, and I really did like that. Charles says actually it was Gunn trolling people and saying that the movie was political. Well, it wasn't just him.
Yeah.
You had the likes of Mark Malkin from Variety. You know, Variety, the ones who said that Sinners was not going to make any money. Yeah, I'm never going to let y'all forget that. Yeah, you had a lot of the Hollywood press that was saying, you know, oh, it's political and it's, you know, about immigration, and it's just like shut up and let people see the darn movie. And this is a problem that I have with a lot of these Hollywood harlots who are out here writing. There used to be a time when you were an artist. You let your art speak for itself. You put it out there and you trusted your audience to respond to it the way that they would. If you put a political message in there that wasn't heavy-handed, if people got it, it was great. If they didn't, you know, no worries. But it seems like for this particular film, I don't know what it is that they have on James Gunn. Well, that's a subject for another time. Let's table that. But they really seem to be gunning for this particular movie to absolutely fail.
No pun intended.
I mean, fail.
Go ahead.
No pun intended.
Yeah, I think it's part of. I think Disney. Think Disney put some words and stuff out to certain people, and that's just me.
Disney has it on.
Apparently, I'm going to say apparently. You know, so I think there's a lot of people. I think Iger put some, you know, hands and things out there to like go spread the word. That
he wants a Superman model in a shower to go with Miss Piggy freaking fountain.
Yeah. So.
But you're not. But Jed, you're not wrong. You're not wrong because you know the Hollywood press loves Iger. They do love him, and he's got his his friends out there, you know, the ones that make sure he gets his reservation, you know, at Spago, and all of that. Because the Hollywood press is catty, and everybody knows each other. They really do. Hollywood is like a small town.
Yeah, it is.
And everybody knows what everybody else is doing. You can put stuff and say, hey, I found this sword. Yeah, I know. It's Hollywood for real.
I wanted to answer Ron's question right there. Anybody explain why the Superman? I know the answer to that question.
Okay, we can hold on to that for a quick second. You guys are making some great comments when I want to go through them by the time we don't so we
chat's bringing up good questions.
Run out of showtime. Kiss My Grit says the international box office for Superman, specifically across Asia, should be a major red flag for WB. I think this film will net 600 to 650, maybe less. In my opinion, that's not the results WB/Gunn needed. And here's what I think. If this movie would have been unrepentantly America, heck yeah, I think it would have done better in Asia. Because when you see films from other countries trashing their own culture, you don't really want to see that. At least most of the people, don't want to see that. At one time, American films were popular in China because they were American films. They were unrepentantly American. Can you imagine seeing a Chinese film where they're just trashing their own culture? I don't think you really want to see
I don't
that.
think you ever see that.
No. And that's the thing. You won't see that. But
Well,
yet
you could,
Hollywood
but you
wants
never
to do
see
it.
those people playing in it ever again.
Well, yeah, they kind of disappeared it. Like when you say Taiwan is not a real is a real country.
Yeah.
I can say that because I'm over here, protected by the First Amendment. Come get me. But yeah, I think because this movie costs so much, and especially when you make films where you want to try to depend on the foreign box office, at least when it's not proven, it doesn't work. The Jurassic Park films, Fast and Furious films, they are proven to do well overseas. So you can kind of muck around a little bit there. But with the Superman franchise, I just think,
I heard the
the
numbers for
waste of America.
Fantastic Four are even worse than what Superman is.
Oh, they're going to be much worse.
Yeah.
That film, it will be a miracle if it makes back.
So what is their nickname for the Fantastic Four? I'm calling it a Fantastic Snore.
Fantastic. I haven't come up
Or
with a
or the
name for it.
Fantastic Snore.
I call it the Cleanse Four or the Sanitize Four because they screwed up Sue. They messed up Ben with his voice and other thing. Reed is terrible. And Johnny is kind of a fruit in this one when Johnny is a ladies' man. He goes after the women.
I'm going to need names and shots. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
That's the
Johnny was
Storm.
awesome. Yeah.
Johnny was like that. Johnny Storm was a womanizing asshole.
Oh yeah, dude.
But, but
nothing wrong with that.
You could count on him, but that's what his personality was.
Yeah, and he had a good heart.
He did not have the maturity that Reed Richards had. Okay. Johnny Storm was what you saw was what you got with him. And I love that character.
Yeah.
Again, it's like I read the Fantastic Four comic books, which is why I'm really irritated about this freaking movie.
And that's kind of the reason why I loved the Superman movie, because I grew up with Superman and Fantastic Four. And he literally dragged everything from All-Star Superman to the Golden Age, the Silver Age, and 80s and 90s in the movie.
Right. Absolutely. And Tom, you make a good point. Without the back and forth with Lois not knowing and then eventually falling in love with Clark over Superman is the Superman story. We need that back in the Superman movie. Yeah, we really do.
Yeah.
And
here's
that's
the
something
thing.
I loved in this.
Here's the thing. It was kind of fast forward. We got to see it 3 years in. Okay. So we saw it when they were already a couple, and she already knew.
3 years in that they had been working together, but according to the intel that Jimmy Olsen dropped to Perry White, they'd only been dating for 3 months.
Yeah, and that's what's a funny thing. I couldn't hear it if it was 3 years or 3 months. So
He said, he said 3 months. So how long is he? Well, it was an afternoon showing, so a little bit less people. So he was,
we had people in the audience.
About 3 months.
Yeah, we had people in the audience like clapping and doing stuff the whole time. So we had a good audience. Yeah, so
he was. I did like Nathan Fillion. I
loved it when he went to go. He do that and he used a ring and flipped people off and destroyed them. That was total guy right there.
Actually, that was total guy. To go back to like a relationship thing, because this is when I said James Gunn gonna James Gunn. Okay, so why is it Lois and Clark are trying to have this Superman is trying to have this deep discussion, and you got the super friends out there trying to kick some alien's butt or something like, I don't know, with some kind of thing floating out there. And
so at that part, he also said, he goes, "There's some imp from another dimension," and I was like. Everybody in there's like 5 people, including me. Mexaplex, like we were like,
I had 0 clue. So when I see that,
I was like,
I'm
he's
just
one of
like,
Superman's biggest like annoyances. He comes every every 90 days. If he has to say his name, he gets take back to his dimension and then until the time is up, and then he comes back, and the only way to get rid of him is to say his name. And then he disappears for another 90 days or 3 months or whatever. Yeah.
But then again, again, because this is a movie and not the comics,
Yeah.
I'm looking at that as just a viewer, like, this is really freaking distracting, but
Yeah.
it's 100% the type of stuff that James Gunn does in his movies. And I'm just kind of like, dude, that's kind of like telling Michael Bay to not do explosions and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
dude, that's his thing, blowing
But
up.
it was just like I could have lived with without seeing that,
Yeah.
In my opinion, this movie didn't accomplish Zaslav / Gunn's goal of rebooting the DC universe. James Gunn would have been better fit to produce movies / series for Green Lantern and Mr. Terrific, more his style. And I would 100% agree with you. This did not to me feel like a reboot of the DC universe. It seemed more like what Jed was saying, like a love letter to the comics fans, like in a way saying, okay, remember that stuff you liked about the Richard Donner movies? Remember that stuff that you liked in the films? Remember that stuff that you didn't like in Zack Snyder's version? Okay, so this is what we're going to do. So I totally get that. But a reboot, no. I mean, literally the last bit of the movie, I was on my phone because I'd pretty much tapped out, by that time. I was just done.
But you did
even
like the speech though he gave, right? At the end.
I did like his speech. So it wasn't about that. I think one, the movie was a little bit too long, and two, again, because the focus is not laser focused on Superman, I think mentally I was just like, okay, checked out. I'm going. Although I loved seeing Millie Alcott. Apparently, she's going to be the epitome of the term "white girl wasted."
Oh, dude, they're
movies.
doing Party Girl, Supergirl. That was in the newer comics. I think it was the New 52 or something. I can't the Pooh 52.
But I would watch that.
newer. Yeah,
I want Millie Alcott. So I would watch that.
We're gonna have Homeboy that is Aquaman as Lobo too. So.
Yeah, see, that's another thing I got to see.
I like Lobo.
I don't give a crap about Lobo, but I love Jason Momoa, so I'm gonna go
He's
watch
up my
that.
alley. He's kind of
Lobo's awesome.
Hey Tom, how you doing?
Hey Tom.
We got Phoenix Knight in here in the chat. The engineer, they wasted. They didn't need her in that.
They kind of did waste her, and she wasn't needed. I agree with that because she's from another superhero team.
I was just like, who the heck is this chick running around? Nah, we didn't.
And it was a superhero team I really didn't like, and it was an offshoot comics thing too.
Yeah, I did too. I did too, Ron. I especially love Miss Tessmacher.
Yeah,
I love Miss Tessmacher, especially from the Donner films. It was very much a callback to her character from those films, but updated for the modern day. Your life is messed up when you're in the server room on a video call with your side piece crying to get him to help you, and you got mascara running down your face. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, there was one thing that and I wish they would have done it, and they missed a chance for Lex to come in and go, Miss Tessmacher! Like they missed that, and I was like, waiting for it.
I loved Cat Grant. Like I said, I loved Hawk Girl. I picked her out as soon as I saw her. I'm like, yeah, I've been seeing you since I used to watch the Super Friends.
Dude, and what they did like 80s, 90s Cat where she was kind of really loose.
Yeah.
So like, especially the Cat Grant from Lois and Clark where she's all over the guys.
Yeah.
That was the Cat Grant we got. I was like, okay.
I liked Cat Grant's character. And Sheev McQueen, I love that avatar by dear. So cool. Young black kids seeing Mr. Terrific versus Ironheart. Let me talk about that because Mr. Terrific did the damn thing. And he was
awesome.
He was freaking awesome. I mean, I couldn't say he was cast perfectly, written perfectly, almost written too perfectly. Because, like I said, in scenes where you saw him and you saw Superman, Mr. Terrific like stole the daggone show. You
I
know,
was so happy they got his jacket and everything. They like Lorena, if you've seen his jacket in the comics and stuff, how his outfit, they literally Gunn's like, I'm gonna rip this and put it right in the movie. It was everything, his T-spears, his jacket, everything
I
was
heard
just
that. I
chef's
heard
kiss.
that
Chef's kiss.
the
Mwah.
guys from the Dark Council
Yeah.
in our chat, they were talking about how
Yeah.
dead on accurate
Oh God, I
Mr.
was like, I
Terrific
was
was.
geeking out. I was like, yeah, they did. And Mr. Terrific is part of the JSA too. So
Yeah, they really were. It's like he didn't focus. I mean, I know it's a lot of quote unquote pleasure to do a Superman film, but if you're going to do a Superman film, do a Superman film, not a Superman film and his amazing friends. And that's and that's the issue that I have for the feminists for. I have a much less ladylike term that I'm not going to say
I
on
left
stream.
mine in your chat, and mine's really horrible.
Let me go see.
Mine was so much.
Oh yeah, I saw that, Tom.
The number 4 robot wanted to be called. Yeah, I did not know anything about the robots.
Let me tell you about that. Okay, so in All-Star Superman, Lex came up with this plan to kill Superman, and he went to the sun, and they were doing something, and Clark got called, and he turned into Superman, went over to the sun to try to save the sun because Lex was going to literally blow up the sun or some stuff. Okay, so then Lex turned in, there was this thing, and then Clark went to go, yes. Clark went to go, and he got an over superpower. He was supercharged by the sun. Came back, found out he was going to die. So in his fortress, this is called All-Star Superman. If you want to go watch it, read it. And he had the robots in his Fortress of Solitude. The robots that were in that movie is exactly the robots ripped from the comic, like to the T. Yeah. So that's the reason why the robots. It's from All-Star Superman.
It was, I really didn't mind that. I actually liked the robots being there was something. Well, first of all, I like robots anyway. I'm an engineer, so I'm gonna love a robot. Crazy dog, not so much. Although I will say, James Gunn has this thing where he has to put a dog in it and a tortured kid in it, and for some reason, this brings me to the other thing that I want to say is not as sacrilegious as how Zack Snyder wrote Pa Kent, but why are you going to have Jor-El and Lara basically send Kal-El to Earth with the directive of basically be fruitful, multiply, and take over the entire population? Again, as a DC normie,
I will tell you.
Not sit well with me.
I will tell you where that came from. So during the 50th anniversary of Superman, and I have these comics, they're in my pull box back there, they're in my boxes. During the 50th anniversary, they did a whole series of putting out the lore, and there was even one where he dreamed that his parents from Krypton came to Earth and they dominated Earth, and he tried to tell them, Mom, Dad, don't do this. This is my home now. Please don't. The humans are good. The people on this planet are good. And they totally dominated, and they said, you need to get a wife, and you need to have that's where that came from. It came from one of the comics. And I was just like, wait a second. And I was like, whoa, they brought that back. That was like 20, 30, 40 years ago when this happened.
And that's another thing where you'll hear people say, oh, well, it was in the comics. Well, I don't really care about that. Okay, it can be in the comics.
Yeah.
Does it work in a movie as a visual medium?
Like I said.
That's what it is, because most normies know Superman got sent to Earth because basically Krypton was gonna, blow up and be no more. And they sent him somewhere where they knew their son would be safe and would grow up in the way that they wanted him to grow up,
Yeah, but
not
they
influenced
never
by.
said that they know he'd get superpowers.
Yeah.
Yeah. They just
sent
said
him
that.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, they sent him
Knowing.
there. They just said, with with their son, he's going to be stronger than all of them, than the
Yeah.
population. But it's just like they want to send him somewhere where he would be raised differently. So he's sent in a middle of nowhere in Kansas.
Yeah.
But there's a different mindset there.
Yeah.
And if you've ever been to the Midwest, it's kind of like, it's like the northern South, in a way,
all
with
flat,
how it's flat. People, depend on other people. There's a land that you live off on. Even the throwaway line that he said, where I didn't want crypto to kill one of Pa's cows. He was just nuts. He was just insane. But the fact that they put that in this film, I'm like, no. No, as much crap as I give Zack Snyder for what he did for Paul Kent, not to say this is on the same level, but this is one of those where it's just like, did you just say, I just got to throw this out here? So again, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, and I questioned that too, and I was like, wait, that was like decades ago when this happened. My mom was still with my dad, so that was like 40 when his 50th anniversary. I remember this, and it was like when Clark got with Diana and Wonder Woman, and they were gonna make babies and all this other stuff. During his anniversary, there was some weird stuff that happened, and and I was like, wow, he's really digging back there. He went in the poll box and like, hey, I should put this in there. But I still think that he could have saved Jonathan in the Man of Steel.
He could have did that,
but
didn't want to. Whatever.
I understand. This did irk me, but it didn't irk me to the fact that I was like, okay, I know where that's coming from, but a lot of people won't know. And I said this. So it's going to irk a lot of people because they're like, why would he do that? I was like, well, there was a huge reference during, I think was, like I said, the 50th anniversary when he had this fever dream and stuff that they came to Earth and Earth became dominated by the Kryptonians and he was, so.
Yes, the original sentiment. They can be great people, Kal-El.
Yes.
They wish to be. They only lack the light to show them the way. Exactly. And I would have rather for that message to be garbled and lost in memory hold, where it's like, it doesn't matter. What you got is what you got out of it.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why you were sent here. And leave it at that. I mean, I have no idea what James Gunn is. It's like with what was it? Guardians of the Galaxy 2, meaning Ego, basically spreading his seed all over the galaxy.
Yeah.
Seemed like he wanted to go back to that. It's like, I don't know what deal James Gunn has with his dad. It's pretty obvious he got a little miffed and kind of exorcised the demons of people talking crap about him online, with the scene with all the monkeys, typing on the internet and all of that. But the audience is not your therapy couch.
No, and that's funny because he does that in his movies.
They're not your therapy couch. And the other thing is, you can't use that excuse of they did it in the comics. If you're writing another comic book, okay. But when you're doing a visual medium,
I agree.
You have to understand, if you just want comic book heads to watch your movies, go show it at Hall H at San Diego Comic-Con. Okay. If you're making a multi-million-dollar movie and you're trying to get the 4 quadrants together, you need to make sure that your story is straight. And you can't just do it in the comics just to say we did it in the comics and leave that as an excuse. There's lots of dumb stuff people did in the comics, like Riri Williams, and I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Nita, you are, my goodness, my dear, you are absolutely freaking amazing. Just blowing us up with that. Oh my gosh, here we go. Let me get this in.
I know you want the goodies. Welcome to the goodie room.
Thank you so much for that $199 super chat. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you so much, my dear. Says, loved Superman. Love you, Lorena and chat. Well, much love to you too, my dear. Overall, it's a great movie to park you and your kids in a theater for 90 minutes and get halfway. It's a popcorn movie. And it's actually, it's fun. It's a good watch. It's not going to extremely insult you. Like I said, I had some nitpicky stuff that kind of got on my nerves, but overall, it's a fun time. A regular movie, I'll give it a 6 out of 10 because just for me, there's just stuff that again, it's supposed to be Superman, not Superman's friends. As a superhero movie, or Superman movie, 5 out of 10. Again, Gunn did not completely stick the landing. Which one?
I'll go watch it tomorrow.
Yeah, it's there.
Yeah.
It's there. I would rather watch it than Superman 3: The Quest for Peace. I'll tell you that much. But
Well, that's Superman 4 is the Quest for peace.
Superman 4 is the Quest for Peace.
Yeah.
Okay.
Superman 4 is the Quest for
Okay.
peace.
I think like after 2, I just kind of like tapped out.
3 is the one with Richard Pryor that he's awesome in.
Oh, I did see that, and I was still. Yeah, I created it. I can destroy it. I'm like, no, thank you. But yeah, regular film, 6 out of 10. Superman film, 5 out of 10. It's not the best Superman film. It's not the worst Superman film. Yes, it did erase the stench of Man of Steel out of my brain. But
yes, we needed that.
There's so many things that could have been done better with it. It will perform better than Fantastic Four. I could definitely say that. But when it all comes down to it, and one of the things that I think people seem to forget, especially in this sphere, sometimes you can be a critic a little too much. Paulie, you glad I love you, honey. You are so. I love you. You can love your 8 out of 10. That's all right. Somebody tells you not to love your 8 out of 10, I will fight.
Wait, Paulie, I gave it an 8 out of 10 too, so I'm there with you.
Hey, guys, Scar, how you doing? How you doing? I just don't, and maybe it's because I'm not really into Superman as much as other people, but it was okay. It was okay.
Yeah.
It was okay. 6 out of 10. Would I watch it again? I'll watch it again on streaming. I really had no problem. Although, again, I will say, Gunn is very good at writing relationships.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying the fact that Superman is basically trying to tongue down Lois Lane and still put the toast in the toaster and not burn it. That's talent. All right. I'm just saying. I'm the worst. Dude, I gotta have you back on the show.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's nice to have a popcorn movie. Don't care about much else. Just fun. Better in IMAX. Yeah, it's safe to take your kids to. Okay.
Yeah, it is. I saw a lot of
families.
kids
too.
Yeah. When we were there, we saw a lot of families there and a lot of people. So yeah.
Oh.
Go take your children and everything else, your whole family there, man.
Yeah, they let you and your children again. You're a bad influence, man.
The monkeys were funny. Yeah.
Culture kept me in line, so.
Okay.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now I know why you were chaperoned.
Culture is a chaperone to keep me in line. So.
Holy super chat, Superman. Yeah, it's for the first part. It's like when you criticize these films, sometimes we can be a little too critical and remember and forget that it's not people going to a movie to criticize it. For a lot of them, they're going to a movie for escapism. And I can definitely say that this movie is very, very good escapism.
Yeah, it is.
It is. I just see the stuff and it's just like, for me personally, not the best Superman movie, but for something to go out with the fam and enjoy and have a good time, it's definitely worth it. You will enjoy it. And well, I think so. That people enjoy it and have a good time. If you just gonna hate on it just to be part of the player haters ball, hey, I can't, I can't change your mind on that, and it's perfectly okay. Because remember, on this channel, I do not tell you what to think. I do not tell you what to watch. I just run my mouth and tell you what I think. I have my panelists on to say what they think, but ultimately, your opinion is the only one that matters. So see it for yourself. If you are just like, I don't want to spend money on it, I want to wait till it's streaming, go ahead and do that. But this film is not woke. This film does not contain weak men in it.
No, not whatsoever.
I guess y'all just hating. I don't know. But it is. It's a fun watch.
He literally showed at the end of the movie he was not weak. Like literally. Like I said with that speech. That a weak man wouldn't make that speech.
He totally did. He totally did. And like I said, in case y'all missed this, I'm looking forward to the white girl wasted Millie Alcock.
Dude, I can't wait for that.
I'm sorry. I'm so
awesome.
looking forward to that. And you have no idea. Kiss My Grits for $9.99. Thank you so very much, my dear. Let me, of course, hit you up.
And the Disney stock just keeps going down and down and down. And then Bob Iger is all like, what's going on with my
Speaking of drunk party girl, Supergirl, Gunn making her movie, which is supposed to be very dark. The second in his DC reboot will be a huge mistake. I predict it will be a Marvel's level flop. It's possible. I just want to see it for Millie Alcock. There's some movies where I just want to see it because the actor or actress, or I just think the premise is hilarious. So Drunk Party Girl, Supergirl, I'm going to watch because let's just say I have a lot of girlfriends who are like that. So again, that's just my superficial interest in the film. But if they make it very dark, that is seriously a mistake. People are tired of the dark Supes movie. If this reboot, well, this film, if this Superman film was dark, people would have rejected it. Honestly, I know I would have, because it's like I'm tired of that. I don't want to see that. We want to see a hopeful Superman. If anything, the end of this film actually, it felt good to feel hopeful about about Superman again, and that was a great that was a great feeling. That end credit scene was kind of
I will tell you, like I said, that's the reason why I keep bringing the speech up, is that speech in the end gave you hope. Like, it gave you hope. It gave you were beaming with pride. And he's like, yes, this is the reason why we're doing this. I'm not doing this just to be doing this. I'm human. We're all human. Like that. I was like clapping. Culture clapped a little bit. I was like, no, I was like going on, and people are like, preach, yeah, like, yeah.
That Supergirl cameo got the biggest reaction last night at our screen. Yeah, people in the audience were cracking up.
Yeah, we had people that were laughing. I heard one boo, then somebody told them, be quiet, that was hilarious. Like, oh my God.
We were just laughing so hard. I'm like, okay, no wonder Crypto. I'm like, is Crypto drunk too? I don't know. But
I'm gonna call it right here. Like, she's gonna see how Lobo is, and then that's gonna kind of make her realize what she's been doing, and then she's gonna become the Supergirl we know.
Well, you again, y'all know why I want to see Lobo, because I love Jason Momoa. I don't freaking care about what the movie is.
I think he's gonna be I think he's gonna be 100 times better Lobo than Aquaman, because he said I want to be Lobo. Dude, he has a Lobo tattoo and every. He
Mhm.
loves Lobo. That's his favorite character in DC.
Yeah, I
So
heard.
he got his wish.
Yeah, I'm
Jed,
gonna
can you tell I
be.
like Lobo?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, I know she is, and
She's gonna be awesome.
And the other thing I like is the Supergirl costume is back to the skirt. Which
Yes,
that's
and
the
I was
Supergirl
like,
that I know.
Oh, you mean she looks like a girl?
yes, she doesn't have that stupid new
Tom,
52
when
crap.
I say she looks like a white girl wasted party girl,
Yes.
yes.
Okay.
Yes, and I was like, people were like giggling, clapping, everything when she
loved
came
it.
out. It was hilarious.
I freaking loved it. That was one of that scene was hilarious. She will put, yeah, she probably will, and I do love Paris Hilton.
if you guys ever go back and watch if you can get it, the Single Life, was it the Single Life or what was it? When she did the thing with Nicole.
The Paris
Simple,
and Nicole,
the Simple Life.
Simple Life, yes. Where they
Go
went to-
watch that. You'll
I
see the
did.
definition of white girl wasted.
I did. I watched that. I watched that. I had too many friends for like Paris Hilton.
Jed, when I grew up, believe me, I've seen that.
Oh, I've seen it too, but I was just like telling the audience if you haven't seen it, go watch that. Like,
yeah,
I know about that. Yeah, so.
Well, folks, it has been an absolutely amazing night. I love doing this show. I love talking with you guys. I love hearing what you have to say, whether you agree with me or not, doesn't matter. We just do all the hot takes, spicy combo, put it all out there, and we just all have fun discussing it. And just, because discussing pop culture should be fun, not a terror drone.
It shouldn't be
or,
like it's dragging you down.
or old men yell at cloud.
That is Tom right there.
Jed, until I see you in person, I'll kick your butt with the wrench.
I know.
All right. Well, Jed, where can people find you and what do you have coming up, my dear?
Okay, so you see me there on that's my X that's on my thing right here. And you can see me over on the Pop Culture Archivist, where I do talk about Superman, the cool Superman, and other comics and stuff about over there. And we just talked about a ton of stuff. And then on my Reverend Wolf channel, where you're gonna I also I'm a part of the Cotton Connection, so I'm over there on Fridays and Saturday nights with my roommate. He's back there doing something with my roommate Wolfie, and he's a kind of a pain in the butt. So he just sits there and grumbles and everything else. But yeah, him and about Snow Dove and Punk Waddle and all of our other Con Connection brothers and sisters and other stuff over there. Yes, we do have females over there in the Cotton Connection. So, and then tomorrow I will be on Joe's, where we are going to be talking about Superman 2 because he just now seen it. And boy, it's going to get rowdy over there tomorrow on Joe's Atmosphere. So you'll see that. So I'm all over the place again like I used to be. And probably will be over on Nick's too for Clobby's Comics.
Nick Weiser. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool. Cool. Yeah, I need to have
it'll for people that don't know, he's not.
Wait a
doing it
minute.
on-
Somebody just decided to pop in right when we're trying to leave.
Somebody did?
Hey,
Ron. Wait, he turned into pro.
What the heck
I
is
was
that,
just-
Ron?
What's that? Yeah, no, I'm experimenting with this to see if it worked.
Well, it worked, although my first inclination was like, who the heck is this?
It's pro undercover.
Ron, you're going to get copyrighted, man.
Yeah, pro's gonna copyright you, man. like
It says follow the Bradley's fun. It's perfectly fine.
Yeah, but
I'm just
everybody knows
super
what your face
tired.
looks like, bro. Your gig is up, brother.
Wait, is Ron pro?
No, I'm definitely not.
No.
We can do it. We can do it that way too.
He's an impersonator, and Paulie, this is great.
Yeah, dude, that was in the movie.
Kindness is the new punk rock. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes.
I saw that, which I really did love because it is very tough to make the conscious decision to spread kindness. So I really did appreciate that message.
Yeah,
That
I
message in
love
the
that. He
film.
goes, just because I do kindness, that makes me I'm not punk rock. I think I'm more punk rock because I do that. I love that.
Mhm.
That was an awesome scene in the movie. So
Yep.
But he's
Yep.
not
Are
metal.
you saying that had he not followed his father's his father's command and spread his seed, could that not also be spreading kindness?
yeah.
Oh,
It's a
Ron.
different kind of spreading kindness.
It's like I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit there.
Well,
like,
I wouldn't really call that kindness, but
I
is
call
what
that the
it is.
hoedown.
Yeah, that's true. What was that? What was that song from way, way, way back in the day? Papa was
wait.
a Rolling Stone.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
Wait,
Which I had no idea what that meant until later. Like,
then she's like,
what?
yeah.
But anyway,
Yep.
Tom, what you got going on? Let folks know about.
I'm swinging this around.
Yeah, he
I'm
always
gonna
swings
get
that
some
around.
training on that gimbal I got. I'm gonna
Mm.
show up on a pro show. I'm gonna show up on Ron's show every once in a while. I might do some guitar stuff. I have enough of them. I should do something with it. Besides make noise and drive my friends crazy.
Yeah, and then he shows up with me sometimes too.
Yeah, you
so.
drag me kicking and screaming,
I
Jed.
drag him like, come on, Tom, we're gonna do this.
And
Like,
usually I have no idea what the hell he wants to talk about.
yeah, it was like we just bullshit over there.
He's talking about some kind of weird sock puppets. I'm afraid of that.
Well, Ron, since I got you on the channel, what you got going on? What's happening?
Hey, I just popped in to say hi and give my love and tell everybody to like the stream. I am only here for you and I'm I'm not at any place to stream right now. But we got the greatest audience out there in the world. So everybody,
Absolutely.
awesome job. I have a channel. You can come check it out. You probably know who I am. It's all good. And Jed, I wanted to pop on with Jed because it's awesome to see you on the stream, Jed. Man, it's very, very cool.
I love hanging. I've done streams with Reina. I hadn't been able to do it in a while, and I was like, dude, I'm there. If Lorena wants me, I was like, I'm there. like so.
Well,
I love doing stuff with her.
I'm so glad you got the chance to join us. And actually, next week, Guy Scar is going to be popping on the channel because we're going to be talking Fantastic Four, among other things. So you do not want to.
F4.
It's going to be great having you on. My friend.
I know now why Pedro Pascal was cast as Reed Richards.
Why?
Because they realized Pedro as Reed Richards, that is a stretch.
Bro. Come on, Tom. Where's the wrench? Do it with the wrench. Go with the wrench.
No.
Exactly. Exactly right.
Oh, well, folks, as for myself, let's see, I always have to ask what day it is. Tomorrow, Wednesday, I will be on my gaming channel, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, playing some Stellar Blade. Come watch me kill a lot of mutants, whatever the heck those things are. You can see me drop into the river and die over and
If
over.
I can become an NPC, I'm gonna do it.
I've been saying I've been doing it too. I just need to figure out how to do that, and I will.
Yeah, because I'm having the game with the Xbox controller instead of the keyboard because the keyboard sucks playing the darn game.
It does.
So I'm using controller. So come out, of course, and see that Thursday around 7. I'm going to be live at Universal Orlando. I'm going to be over in Islands of Adventure, and hopefully Tom will have a chance to meet me while I'm out there and.
Indeed.
Just enjoying the park. Maybe we'll get to see Hogwarts. Oh God, was Hogwarts always? I keep forgetting the name of that darn show for this
I
summer.
wanna
All I
see that
know
live.
is Slytherin never seems to freaking win.
Let's fix that. We'll
It
do
is.
the wands. Bring our wands.
Yeah.
There may be a reason for that. So
No, it's wand participation in the park.
Yeah, we're gonna have to fix that. So maybe Thursday at 7 7 p.m. for that. And of course, Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern, the Resort Recon Live podcast going to be talking. Well, it's probably going to be a recurring thing, talking about the destruction going on at Rivers of America. They got it all walled up with walls and shrubbery.
it's got all these poo walls that are all brown and
movable shrub. Who would have thought?
I mean, Ron put some video out today so we could see it too. So
yeah.
And Lorena, when you were there, was Bayou's Tiana's closed down as well? Because when I was there, Tiana's was down.
No, Tiana's was running as usual with not a whole lot of water on the job. Yeah. I guess you know how they halfway fix it. So it's running and then it's not running and then it's running again. So it's back up. So we'll be talking about that. Also talking about the latest announcements for Halloween Horror Nights.
Yes.
That is going to be the craziest. What's the craziest party every year? But it's crazier and crazier.
It's going to be Five Nights at Freddy's with Jim Henson, Brian Hansen, Brian Hansen are going to do stuff over at Universal. So 2 thumbs up on that.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. But that show, I do it in studio. We talk theme parks all over Orlando, help you out with theme park tips and tricks, and we just generally have a good time nerding out over there. So folks, as always, thank you so very much for hanging out with us here over at the Spice Lounge. We know that you definitely have a lot of choices when it comes to YouTube. So we're very thankful that you decided to hang out with us. So much love. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are in the world watching this stream. And we will see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.
All right, everyone. Let's tidy things up.
Autobots, start your engines!
Not under the rug.
We'll keep singing without fail, otherwise we'd spoil it.
Ready, Prime? Let's roll.
Hosing down the garbage pail and scrubbing up the toilet. Ooh.
That's all, folks.
You're still here. It's over. Go home.